goodness. I mean, was it ever going to end? I didn't think it was for a while. We thought it actually ended early in overtime, but a goal got overturned. Ryan Lomberg scored, but there was interference in the crease that the officials reviewed. I remember the Florida Panthers celebrated early in overtime, and a lot of people started leaving. They're like, "Ah, crap, great, we lost this first game early in overtime. Come on." But then I looked, I was like, "Wait, no one's leaving the ice right now, Brian. No one was leaving."
Well, unlike a hockey game, we have an end time.
We do.
We know when the show is going to be over. You can plan the rest of your day around this and not, well, we're going to another overtime, and another overtime,
and another.
There was a lot of talk on the TNT show about what you do if you're a player in that situation.
Yeah.
Because you're planning to play a game, maybe a little bit of overtime. You don't plan to play the 6th longest game in NHL history.
Yeah, you don't plan on playing 2+ games last night.
And so what do you eat? What do you do with your clothes? They were talking about how just much sweat you get in your hockey pads that you try to wring them out because you're carrying extra weight on already tired legs. I started to feel for those guys at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I was like, these guys are just struggling and fighting their way through. I heard it was Carter Verhaeghe with TNT, or I was with the NHL Network, because I had to go down to the Florida Panthers locker room yesterday and say, like, hey, what did you do? Like, ate a lot of bananas, things along those lines, just to try and keep food and, like, just keep calories in your system, because you're just burning through everything at that point. So that was a big thing for them, just to keep electrolytes and everything in their body and just to keep calories in their body and stuff that can process through your system quick.
I mean, forget the players. What did the fans do? How did the fans stay awake?
Oh, we're going to get into that a little bit later on. We're actually going to get into that a little bit later on. But last night, I know it was not the result we wanted, Brian Murphy. But it was, to me, still an awesome spectacle of what we got to watch, what we got to witness last night. The 6th longest game in NHL history. Again, Florida Panthers 3, Carolina Hurricanes 2. Matthew Tkachuk scores with 12.7 seconds left in the 4th overtime. It happened at 1:56, 1:57 in the morning. Absolutely wild to think that was just that even that was possible. And the arena was still had a lot of people in it. Now, a bunch of people went home. I totally get it, and I have zero gripe with that at all. It's late. But this is the reason why I said all week, as soon as we knew when the schedules came out, take Friday off of work. I was trying to help just in case, people. I was trying to help.
There were a lot of kids in the stands.
There were.
They had school in the morning.
No, just cancel school.
It's
just cancel school tomorrow. Like, Governor Cooper should have wrote like for everyone, work and school related, you have an excuse to miss today. Just send that paper in. Governor Cooper should have just signed it right then and there. Should have.
It's a little early to be doing that. We might have another month of late nights like this,
and I'm okay with that. Because that means the Canes are still playing. Because that means the Canes are still playing. Now, they are down 1-0 in the series, and that is kind of unfortunate. And Rob Brindamore, after last night, when you lose a game like that, 4 overtimes, and the Canes had chances. And we'll get into those chances here in a bit. But here's Rob Brindamore on the message to the team. And what do you say to them after a game like this?
I mean, everybody feels, how everybody feels, and it's a tough way to lose a game, that's for sure, and go that long. A lot of ups and downs in that game. So it's one game, at the end of the day, it's one game. And we'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll probably, obviously, let these guys probably stay home and regroup the next day.
Yeah, sleep. Just go to bed. That's what, hey, you know what? After the game, get a nice good stretch in, whatever it is you got to do for your recovery. Hey, guys, go to bed. When you wake up, go use the bathroom, eat something, go right back to bed. That is your day today. So if you're a Carolina Hurricane right now, go back to bed. If you're listening to this right now, you can listen to us, but you should be laying in bed. And don't even just lift anything. Order all your food delivered, whatever it is you got to do, but just sleep today.
Yeah,
just sleep.
The problem is you can't let this game cost you another game.
Yes,
and it's really hard to do, right? You've played 2 full games, more than 2 full games.
Yeah,
you get very little time to rest, and now you've got to be back out there. And if you're Carolina, I mean, I don't want to call it a must-win because we're pretty early in the series, but to go down 2-0 at home
and then go on the road
is a problem. And so it's almost a must-win situation for you tomorrow.
I don't disagree with you at all on that. Actually, speaking, Rob Brindamore was asked about that, if there's cause of concern carrying over into Saturday's game.
No, listen, that's the worst way to lose. There's no way around it. You'd rather lose, like I talked about last series, where we had a game where we didn't really have a chance to win it. That one could have went either way, obviously. So, but we'll like I said, we'll regroup and come back at it again the next one. I mean, it's just one game.
All right, just one game. That's all it is, just one game. Now, we'll dive more into the potential carryover in the next games, about goaltending, about, hey, does Ronta start maybe in game 2? Maybe does Alex Lyon, the backup goalie for the Florida Panthers, start? But the goalies last night were phenomenal. My goodness, did they put on a show. Freddie Andersen made, I don't know, like, 5 or 6 point-blank saves with no defender in front of him to help him out at times. Like Sam Bennett, poor guy, had, I think, 3 chances, just him one-on-one. And Freddie Andersen stopped him all those times. And Matthew Tkachuk obviously got the game winner after Carolina was unable to clear the zone late. But, man, those guys put on a show. Sergei Bobrovsky, 63 saves last night. Freddie Andersen, 57. Those two put on a show.
Yeah, and I think particularly in the 4th overtime, I can't believe you've been talking about the 4th overtime.
Yeah, the 4th overtime.
But by the 4th overtime, things had opened up a little bit, and I felt like the Panthers had some unbelievable chances in the 4th overtime. And Andersen stopped them all, until 13 seconds were left. But it came up time and time again. There were guys in front of the net with the opportunity, and Andersen was there. And then I think Seth Jarvis had 4 or 5 chances to score another goal and put it away, hit a post, somebody hit a crossbar.
There's Jarvis at a crossbar.
Yeah, just there was a wraparound opportunity that Bobrovsky just barely got to the other post in time. I mean, you can go back and cut up, I think, 10 to 12 shots from each team, opportunities from each team that could have ended the game.
Yeah, just in overtime alone, Martin Necas had a breakaway, but the puck never really settled for him, so he wasn't able to elevate the puck, but Bobrovsky made a great pad save. There was also that wraparound chance that you mentioned. It was Jordan Staal. He shot one off the side of the net, got the puck from behind the net, circled around, went for a wraparound chance, and Bobrovsky literally pinned the puck on the goal line between his skate and the post and just didn't allow it to go in. And then the Seth Jarvis, Carolina had they had 2 power play opportunities in overtime. In the first overtime, it was about 8 minutes or so left. Jarvis, perfect shot, elevated it over Bobrovsky where he needed to, hits the bottom of the crossbar, comes straight down and bounces out. Just so close. So many opportunities for both these teams. But, man, those goaltenders have got to be exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm still tired, Brian. I'm exhausted. I slept in till 10:30 this morning. I didn't fall asleep till 4:15. I didn't get home till 3:40 last night.
You didn't have kids waking you up at 6:30 this morning.
There was a dog waking me up. That was about it. But I took that dog out on a walk last night at 3:45. But that was it for me.
And I wonder how...
Yeah, it was just...
Is that the story of the triangle today? How many people are sluggish at work today, sluggish at school today?